lot of enthusiasm over Hong Kong and getting very bullish on crypto overall, allowing crypto trading. They just announced a whole virtual asset index. See, this is something that the SEC needs to do but refuses to. But basically, they just named all these crypto that they think are good and that can be traded. And of course, it includes all the big dogs, but then also goes on and includes a lot of others within this list, including VeChain, Hedera, Lido. You got Stellar. You got even Monero in there. You got privacy coins in there. Okay, you got Chainlink, Sheeb. So you have meme coin. Even EOS and Phantom and Quantum, or Quant, I should say. See, this is what the SEC should be doing. If they think everything is security, well, at least list out the ones that aren't securities, right? Rather than still make it so that it's so vague, no one knows what the hell's going on. Well, one of the good ones, I would say, is Avalanche, right? And their monthly active wallets is exploding right now, right? So think about that. We're not even at peak or nowhere close to peak. In fact, we just started recovering, you could argue. And some of these chains, well, you know, they're seeing all-time high usage. So that's fantastic. Now imagine when we are in 2025, when we are in that peak top or cycle, right? What things will look like then. But that's fantastic. That's why you don't want to give up on L1, L2s, or alts in general, okay? Because they are building and continuing to move forward. So awesome for Avalanche. Also, there's a gaming studio that's coming up in Avalanche that just raised close to $6 million. So there's a lot of stuff happening. Also, Tezos is another L1 that just upgraded themselves and has become 8 times faster. Not that they really need it, but it just goes to show these guys are building. They're trying to improve. They're trying to get ready for the next million users or 10 million users or 100 million users that are ready to enter the space, right? That's what you're supposed to do. Get yourself built up and get yourself ready for the bull run. Now, many people do that after the bull run comes and it's a little bit too late, but you got to do it beforehand. Well, one thing that's interesting is the staked percentage for Tezos is at 70%. 70%. That's an extremely high number. And they have a ton of delegators, 169,000. I did not know they had that many delegators. That's pretty awesome, pretty decentralized. And and stakers are getting about 6.37% APY. But 70%, think about it, Ethereum is only at like 15% or 16%. Imagine when Ethereum is staked at 70%, plus the burning, plus liquid staking, plus all the TVL locked into bridges and other things. I mean, that's going to make Ethereum super, 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 super rare after that happens. Also, some of you guys may be wondering about VeChain. Coinbase did say they will be adding VeChain and VeThor, although they did not say when it was going to happen. But since this announcement, VeChain has been moving pretty good. So glad to see that, in case you're wondering. And of course, it's not just Bitcoin. The entire crypto market is going up, even though Bitcoin is stronger, but still. Ethereum could be hitting 3,000 soon because its balance, again, drops to an all-time low. Okay, the ETH on exchanges continues to drop back to 2016 levels. Think about that. And if it continues to go, it will be below its 2016 level, which would basically, it's an unknown territory right now, right? And whales continue to buy, just like with Bitcoin and just like with so many other crypto right now, the whales and institutions are buying up, and even, of course, retail investors that has been DCing over the years. They've been buying up too. There's going to be a squeeze, a supply squeeze, basically. All right, and then Kucoin. A lot of you guys are Kucoin fans. Kucoin is going to introduce mandatory KYC. You know, this is no surprise. They're being sued by, you know, Southern District of New York or New Jersey. No, New York. You know, they have operated in the U.S. for a long time without KYC. In fact, even if you wanted to do it, they won't allow you to, right? But they have been limiting their services. So your withdrawal amount is very low. I think it's 1 BTC now. And there are certain tokens traded on KuCoin that you can't access. So, you know, not a big surprise. Not a big surprise. But there are still others that are not as restrictive yet. But someone like KuCoin, which is one of the largest exchanges on Earth, no surprise to them. Ethereum, you still have a whole bunch of stuff happening. Tokenization is still huge. Even according to Bank of America, one of the largest banks out there, who does not really want to see Bitcoin or crypto or blockchain succeed, but they have no choice. Okay? They have to go with the flow or they will become disrupted. Okay? So, you know, all these banks are getting involved and however they can. Tokenization is part of the future for sure. You could tokenize pretty much anything if you think about it. Anything physical, you could fractionalize it and tokenize it too, right? Houses, you know, commercial property, you know, the list is endless. This FTX, the new FTX, is going after the ex-lawyer at SBF, okay? This is the guy, what's his name? Daniel Fredberg. And I know BitBoy covered this a lot before. Daniel Fredberg, he was involved with some shady things in the past. He was involved with this poker scandal where they had God mode, right? And basically, a lot of people think he taught SBF this God mode, and that's how they were able to counter trade their own customers, move funds around, and do a lot of shady things. And people thought he just, you know, he just kind of escaped from all this. But now FTX is saying, no, we need to go after this guy. So we'll see. We'll see the authorities, you know, go after him, the Justice Department or FBI or whoever is going to go after Daniel Fredberg. But I'm glad to see that they are finally going after him. But speaking of Cardano, Charles Hoskinson stopped looking for aliens, I believe. And, you know, he's talking about there's a lot of noise in crypto right now. There is. But it seems like it has been overshadowed by the BlackRock news. But before then, you know, we were talking about the SEC going after all the exchanges, going after all the crypto, all the L1s, and possibly going after even more stable coins and wallets and staking. There's a lot of noise in crypto, but it seems like all of it kind of dissipated after the bullishness of BlackRock. So I don't know. There is definitely a lot of noise right now. Vodafone, which is a major telecom company, plans on launching NFTs on Cardano. I guess that's pretty positive for Cardano. Cardano's volume primarily comes from NFTs. Before, for a short time, you know, Snack took it, you know, a meme coin, right? But it seems like primarily volume is driven by NFTs. So overall, this is pretty darn good. And then lastly, you know, people have been asking me about Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin because people can't refuse to believe, you know, I guess what I've been saying about them. I don't like Bitcoin Cash. I don't like Litecoin, okay? But they have been going up, and people are wondering why they have been going up. And in case you don't know, it's due to this. EDX, which is a new exchange backed by Charles Schwab and backed by Fidelity and backed by I think not Pantera. There's like 3 other, Sequoia Capital, and 2 other major banks, right? And the reason why they started pumping up is due to this exchange, okay? Because there are only 4 crypto being traded: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. And this exchange is specifically created for institutional investors. It's not really meant for retail investors at all. And what I'm theorizing is because of this, a lot of institutions are coming in and they're like, well, just like retail investors, they don't quite understand. They know there's a lot of enthusiasm and FOMO. So they're like, oh, well, let me get into it, right? What's the cheaper alternative? Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin Cash is cheaper, so let me buy some Bitcoin Cash, right? And same thing on Litecoin. Oh, Litecoin's a little bit cheaper. Let's buy Litecoin instead. I think that's exactly what's happening, okay? Both of them start moving up ever since this exchange started, did a PR and started trading, right? So that explains it. Did the fundamentals of either one change? No. Litecoin is having their halving event, yes. Kind of like Bitcoin. They move faster than Bitcoin, yes. But overall, both are forks of Bitcoin. They're copies of Bitcoin, and they are not Bitcoin, okay? And if you look at a history of both, I'm not even going into them, they're a little rocky, shaky,